Bayelsans, listen to this. God is lifting Bayelsa. God is lifting Bayelsa. Tell me why Bayelsa state to be. Aiba Bayelsa state to me. Aziba sama Bayelsa. Aziba sama Bayelsa. Izibe funi sama Bayelsa. Izibe funi sama Bayelsa. Izibe funi sama Bayelsa. Izibe funi sama Bayelsa.
Hello everyone. Highly respected leaders, royal fathers, elders, citizens, and residents of Bayelsa State. I humbly salute you all. Bayelsa State has been through severe travails, social and economic challenges. The creation of the state raised great hopes amongst its citizens. But almost since state creation, Bayelsa State has rarely experienced any lasting period of peace, good governance, and sustainable development. The deep yearnings of Bayelsans have not been met. Instead, widespread poverty, youth unemployment, poor quality education, other conditions of backwardness abound all around us. As a result, every day, some jobless youth are idling away, wasting. Some pregnant mothers are dying where a little Medicare could have saved lives. Little children are dying of malaria, diarrhea, and such tiny matters. The MDG's term, the Millennium Development Goals term, is coming to an end in 2015, and Bayelsa is far from attaining the Millennium Development Goals. Indeed, Bayelsa State has been tagged the glory of all lands. But almost since state creation, the only tangible thing of glory we have seen is the rise of the first president from a minority area in the South-South, from this smallest of states in Nigeria, for which we indeed thank God. But Bayelsa State has all it takes to be truly the glory of all lands worldwide. The biggest missing ingredient appears to be leadership with focus, capacity, and integrity to bring forth true glory. Bayelsa State needs change. As Barack Obama once said of USA, such change cannot come from Washington, it needs to come to Washington. We may say, in our own case, that such change can be assured not from the powers that be, but from bringing new powers into being. Bayelsa State also needs healing. As Sheikh Nadeni put it in his column in This Day on power struggle in Bayelsa on November 24, 2011, we cannot afford the sort of brigandage that was experienced in Anambra State between 2003 and 2007. And many of you will agree that such change will be best with fresh. Thirdly, Bayelsa State needs rapid, sustainable development. Many of us wonder why the development that we yearn for seems to elude us from year to year and from one leadership tenure to another. One key reason is that money and even good intentions are not enough to deliver development. Just as a male alone cannot deliver a child, no matter how fertile he is. Development requires well-structured, organized administrative institutions that will be like a womb, the womb that carries the development process to full term and give birth to development. With my appropriate training in economics and management, and with the experience I've had in both the private sector and the public sector in raising institutions, organizations out of nothing and building up weak ones to strength, I can offer the innovative and creative and dynamic government leadership necessary to raise up the institutional structures to assure development. rapid sustainable development in Bayelsa State. Thus, out of an undying passion to see change and progress in Bayelsa and Nigeria as a whole, I offer myself to serve as governor from 2012. I come to give professional, people-oriented good governance and thereby provide a grossly deficient infrastructure, quality education, and strategic direction that we need to move rapidly from poor, turbulent third world status to prosperous and peaceful first world status. Again, the National Conscience Party, NCP, founded by Gani Fawahimi and headed today by Femi Falana, people who, as we all know, have sacrificed their lives for the common good, that party provides a people-oriented platform that will provide the caring governance that Bayelsa needs daily at this time. Dubai, which has made dramatic progress in the last few years, is not a country. It is just a state within the United Arab Emirates, just as Bayelsa is a state in Nigeria. It is time for an African success story, the Bayelsa success story. Of course, I do not imagine that such will happen in a space of just 4 years, but I will set Bayelsa on a sure path to achieving such dramatic development. Only China, over the last few years, has enjoyed annual growth rate of around 10% consistently for over 20 years. Bayelsans, I guarantee that when I'm elected governor in 2012, from 2013, Bayelsa State will enjoy rapid development, an annual growth rate of a minimum of 10%, 10% or more for the rest of my tenure in office. As a result, there will be jobs for our youth, the economy will be diversified and will cease to be a government economy. And there will be a vibrant private sector, which we do not have today. For the avoidance of any doubt, one of the first things I will do in office is bring in credible third parties like the UNDP, maybe UNITA, and experts from the state like NDU and the State Office of Statistics to collectively take stock of the state of affairs in Bayelsa State with facts and figures, so that from 1 year after, when we say we have achieved this or we have achieved that, we can show with evidence, facts, figures, photos, statistics. No hype, no fooling of anybody throughout my period in office. Also, while today much of Bayelsa State cannot be reached by car, within the next 4 years, we will connect every local government area by road. Again, it was Governor Alfred Spiff in the Old River State that liaised with his counterpart governor in the old Midwestern State to initiate the East-West Road before it was later taken over by the federal government. As your governor, considering the critical importance of the coastal road for Bayelsa State, I will liaise with other affected states and with the federal government and, by God's grace, initiate the East-West Coastal Road that we have yearned for over several years. Again, consider that while Bayelsa State has the longest stretch of coastline in Nigeria and some of the most beautiful beaches in the world, the only place where our beloved president from Bayelsa State regularly finds to take a break is in Obudu. As governor, over the next 4 years, I will turn Bayelsa State into the #1 tourist destination in Nigeria, including a befitting retreat center for our beloved president, who is a cherished indigene of the state. Through all history, change and transformation rarely started from everywhere at once. To change the world, we don't need to start with the world. We can start by raising models. Little sparks often lead to forest fires. In the same way, one bright spot in Nigeria, especially a place like Bayelsa State, is all the ignition and inspiration we need. As true glory unfolds in Bayelsa State, the glory of all lands, the glory of all other lands will also ensue through the process of diffusion of progress. This is why our campaign has been tagged True Glory 2012. With focused, visionary, and selfless leadership, we can rapidly overcome the confusion and stagnation and begin to enjoy rapid and sustainable development. I come to offer such leadership. So let's reach for true glory and blaze a new trail across Nigeria. Just as oil production started in Bayelsa State and changed the socioeconomic landscape of Nigeria, we can again take Nigeria to the next level by blazing a new trail of non-oil, diversified development. Let's get it right in Bayelsa in 2012. As true glory unfolds in Bayelsa State, the glory of all lands, I believe the glory of many other places will ensue through the process of diffusion of progress. I will soon return to give further details of the sure path that we have laid out to take Bayelsa rapidly from poor third world status to developed and prosperous first world status. But for today, Bayelsans, behold, standing before you to offer myself, ATEI David BEREDUGO, your governor, for true glory at last in Bayelsa State, the glory of all lands. Thank you.
Fellow Bayelsans, listen to this. God is lifting Bayelsa. God is lifting Bayelsa. Tell me why Bayelsa State be. Aiba Bayelsa State me. Aziba sama Bayelsa. Aziba sama Bayelsa. Izibe funi sem Bayelsa. Izibe funi sem Bayelsa. Izibe funi sem Bayelsa. Izibe funi sem Bayelsa.